Hey everybody, this is day 97, April the 7th, 2019. 4 days left. Well, welcome back to Larry's Life Challenge. We are on the final countdown, 4 days left, as I said during the intro. Today is a food topic. Throughout the life of this challenge, I have eaten a ketogenic diet. Kind of a different thing when you say those words. So what does a typical day look like then? What do my meals look like? My morning meal is typically a keto coffee, which is some variety of grass-fed butter with MCT oil and coffee. Now, there are other stuff that gets tossed in there depending upon where I'm at currently in my nutrition goals, what I'm doing that day, and just a bunch of other stuff, but that's typically my breakfast. Lunch is usually a leftover from the previous night's meal. Now, I said that on the very last day, day 100, at 10 a.m., we're going to be doing a live, and I'm going to introduce you to my family, who has been the most supportive that you could ever hope for. Now, the reason that this is important during this video is I want you to understand that in order to do this, they've kind of had to come along with me for part of it. So almost every single dinner meal has to be keto adaptable. Like for instance, if we decide we're going to do something that would have rice, I would have cauliflower rice, and they would have regular rice. But still, the content of the main part of the meal would still need to be high fat. So we experimented with all sorts of things. So what we try to do once a week is my wife and I will sit down and we'll look at the computer. We have a few websites that we go to. We'll look for new ideas, maybe something we can either modify or something we can just use straight the way that they have it. And we are just looking for something that is family friendly, that the kids will eat and enjoy, but that will help me maintain my macro levels throughout the entirety of this challenge. So what we'll do typically is we'll select 4 or 5 meals for that week and then base our grocery shopping on that. Now, the thing that you're not going to see in my diet is you're not going to see treats. I don't get keto snacks. I don't get keto replacement pancakes and keto replacement desserts because they all have keto approved ingredients. I stay completely away from all that stuff. None of it. I don't really have anything that's sweet, hardly at all, except occasionally my keto coffee will have a little bit of erythritol in it. But by and large, I stay far away from sweets. Now, why is that? I feel like when you start to go down this road and you want to have a keto diet, so many people look at any diet as how can I eat what I always eat and continue to lose weight? Well, here's the situation. You can't. You can't eat what you always eat and continue to lose weight. Now, I know that some of you have had friends and they've done all these things and they lost like 20 pounds on keto in the first 4 weeks. But I bet you if you go to all of those friends who did all these, dessert replacement keto meals, all these other things that they've tried to do in order to keep eating something similar to what they would normally eat, they've plateaued. They hit some sort of road somewhere and they can't lose weight anymore, and they don't understand why, because they hadn't changed anything. Because they were doing their diet the wrong way. You cannot keep trying to eat what you've always eaten and hope to get to your destination. Just like when I said yesterday in yesterday's video, you have to be willing to make sacrifices. So that's what I did. I've made sacrifices in order to do this. Now, I have made some really delicious keto breads from time to time, but those aren't a staple of my diet. I did make a keto bread tonight. It's pretty good. I've enjoyed it. I mainly made it so that I could use it as a base for Bobby Parrish's chicken salad. Now, I tweak Bobby's chicken salad a bit because I like mine to have a little bit more zip, a little bit more spice, and so I've added a few things to that. But I'll link in Bobby's recipe below, and then I'll tell you some things that I did to change it that I think kind of make it way better. But what I've tried to do this entire time is recognize that I need to make a lifestyle change. It's clear that I loved desserts a little bit too much sometimes, that I liked breads and pastas and very, very carb-rich foods. And it was just, I needed to change how I approached food generally. If you're having trouble losing weight, if you're having trouble sticking to a diet, most likely it's because this hasn't changed. You have to realize that the way you've eaten your entire life has led you to where you are today. And in order to lose weight, you're going to have to change how you think of food. And you're going to have to change what you eat. But you have to change it in such a way that you can continue eating that way forever. Does that mean you can never have a pizza again or that you can never have ice cream? Well, no, of course not. But until you can get yourself under control, I mean, you've proven to yourself, at least I'd proven to myself over and over and over again, that I could not control that. You have to realize and you have to come to grips with the fact that you need to change how you view your food. And you have to be willing to make sacrifices, or the weight won't come off. It has to be a lifetime change. I know that I can never go back to just eating the way I used to. From now, forever. But I'm okay with that. I had that mental shift happen in my head. Do I miss having pizza whenever I want to? You bet. Do I miss having ice cream from time to time? You bet. I love ice cream. My kids had ice cream today. Part of me wanted some. But the other part of me, the louder part, the part that I've been consistently feeding, is reminding me that look at the progress I've made. And I've made that progress by sticking to my guns. And that's what it's going to take. So as a reminder, on Wednesday, April 10th at 10 a.m. Central Time, I'm going to be doing a YouTube Live. Should be fairly short. Be my first actual live. I'll probably do a test live somewhere between now and then. So if you get a notification and then the video disappears, that's because I was testing. But anyway, on Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., join me if you can, and I'll introduce you to my family and just kind of give you some final information on where I stand. I'll actually be going straight from that live to an airplane because I'll have to go to LA. Hope you all had a wonderful day. I will see you again tomorrow for day 98. And as always, thanks for watching.